This lesson introduces the Java if statement and the form of conditional expressions. The flow of execution of the statements in a method is from top to bottom, but you can specify that certain statements in the method be executed only under certain conditions. In this example, this if statement is used to determine whether the value of A is less than B. Now, in this simple program, the conditional expression will always result in the Boolean value of true, and the statement following it will always be executed. This if statement is a test for the value of A being greater than B, and if it is, the statement following it will be executed. And in this example, the statement following is a compound statement of two expressions. A collection of two or more statements like this can be treated as if they were a single statement by being enclosed in braces. Java is a free-form language. That is, you can put several spaces and tabs and even a new line wherever a single space would work. Java doesn't care where you put things as long as it can tell where one thing ends and another one begins. Everything between them is ignored. As we go along, you'll notice that I have a certain way of placing braces and indenting code. This is my personal style. Mostly it's a pretty common style of code that I've carefully copied from programs that I've read and liked over the years. As you become more familiar with Java, you'll notice two things. First, every programmer has some style preferences of their own. Second, the style that someone uses doesn't matter much as long as they're consistent. Reading someone else's code is relatively easy to do as long as they don't throw you too many surprises in the format. Lots of people are bothered by the placement of the braces, whether they should go on the same line as the code or on a line of their own, and whether and how they should be indented. Java doesn't care. The reason I use the style that I do is so I can pack as many lines of code on the screen as possible and still have it readable. You should pick a style of your own and be consistent. Anyway, I was talking about Boolean expressions. There are a number of operators that can be used to compare one value to another. Each one of these results in a Boolean value of either true or false. The double equal sign results in true only if the number to its left is exactly the same value as the number to its right. To test for the two numbers not being equal to one another, use the exclamation point and the equal sign. The rest of the comparison operators look pretty much the same as they do in any programming language. The test is for the number on the left being less than the one on the right, or being greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. You'll almost always find one of these in an if statement, or as the test expression in a loop to determine when the looping is done. There's an interesting thing about Boolean operators. Some programmers like to use them in combinations and others don't. It's apparently a matter of programming style, but some people seem to use the Boolean binary operators and or quite a bit, while other people almost never use them. The double ampersand is used for anding. It's only true if the Boolean expression on each side of it is true. In this example, the expression is true only if A is less than B and C is equal to D. If either comparison operator is false, then the whole thing is false. The double vertical bar is the OR operator and will result in true if either of the two Boolean expressions on the sides of it are true. The vertical bar is a standard ASCII character and is found on every keyboard. You'll normally find it on the same key as the backslash. Sometimes it's broken in the middle and looks sort of like a colon that's been stretched out. This expression is true if either A is less than B or if C is equal to D. Many people, when they first start working with Java, want to use the Boolean operators to compare things like strings. It won't work. The Boolean operators are strictly for comparing numbers. It's possible to compare the contents of objects, but to do so requires that the class of the object provide a method for doing just that. Just remember that the Boolean operators are only good for numbers.